Welcome to Cameron House Marina. My name's Ruben, I'm the sales manager here at Marine Sales Scotland. This is a 2002 Sealine S28 powered by Volvo Penta AD31s. Now it was actually sold and supplied by us brand new back in 2002. These are still immensely popular in today's day and age. The reasons being, I think A, it's fabulously Sealine, so the build quality is fantastic on these. Much better than a lot of its American rivals. B, you'll tend to find that you don't really see gas cooking facilities on many boats of this size. Sealine have a gas oven, a gas grill. You also then get an aft cabin on a 28-foot cruiser, and it is a proper cabin with a shut-off door, Jack and Jill access into the heads. And then see, how often do you see a modern day 28-foot sports cruiser that is twin diesel? So for those of you looking to go a little bit further out at sea, you want an extended cruising range, petrol v diesel argument, well, this is the perfect match for you. Let's take a look on board. So you've got your swim platform here that is covered with teak, shore power plug-in, and then hot and cold transom shower. The canvas is in good watertight condition. Let's take a look inside. So immediately off the starboard side, you've got forward and aft facing bench seats all sat round the table, and that is supplied by our Cockpit wet bar, which lives just exactly here. So you've got hot and cold enamel sink, and then just underneath that lives the fridge with the freezer compartment. Now there is another fridge and freezer down in the galley, but it's also nice to have one up here if you are entertaining for the day. Underneath my feet lives the engine bay. We'll come on to that in a minute. And then you do have the GRP fiberglass radar arch with your 3 downlights here. That gives the canopy a fantastic place to slide into and to secure onto, so you don't have to live under complete framework for the duration of your stay on board. Built into the radar arches as well, we've got our speakers for the onboard stereo system, one there and also one there. And then it is very much typically Sealine. This pin will remove, that pin will remove, this section drops down. You can then roll your aft section of the canopies up, you can tuck them away, and you can stow them in under there. That way you have unobstructed access or unobstructed views out onto the water behind you. What a fantastic thing it is to be able to sit at the back here and overhang the transom of the boat while you're underway and under propulsion, and look at the wake while you jet off into the bay. It's a nice day for boating today. Very calm on the water and quite humid actually as well. Now, when it's a little bit better than just calm and humid, when it's sunny, you can drop this down. That turns into a double bed. And there is your double day bed to enjoy the sun when it does come out. I don't believe it exists in this part of the country. Oh, there we go, maybe it does. So you can top up your tan there by whipping all of the canvas off of the top if you want. You need to leave the radar arch up. You can actually get a modification for these if you want. You can get a gel coat specialist to put this on a hinge so the arch will collapse if you are using the boat on waterways. Off to the port side, running all the way up from the wet bar up to the bulkhead, where underneath that is access to the aft cabin. We have this big chaise lounge. No storage under that side because there's a window here and that gives you your head height to access in to the cabin. But we've got storage underneath this seat here and also up at the helm position. So we'll just take one look back at the cockpit, and then let's take a focus on the helm. So the boat is very well equipped. We've got a Raymarine C70 plotter. You've then got speed, you've got depth, you've got a VHF radio. Not a lot of these came with a bow thruster, so this is actually the first one that I've seen that comes with one included. Remote controlled spotlight, and then you've got electric anchor winch, 12 volt sockets. You've got trim tabs on the boat. They are just located here. And then the blue tinted dash option. Life through rose tinted specs, eh? Fantastic. Let's get a look inside. So down in the atrium, we've got full standing headroom for someone 6'2" or under. Look how we've then got these 2 skylights, also escape hatches, but they bring light in. Also at eye line when you're sat down, you do have the hull side windows on either side. They were very big for their time. We've also got another 2 here straight next to the galley, and this consists of a galley fridge. You've got storage underneath there. Gas cooking facilities start with a gas fired oven and grill. You've also got gas hobs ×2. Cutlery storage is all up here, and then you've got this area that's just sort of fenced off so you can put sauces, condiments, that sort of thing here. DC and AC power, and then you've got an Everspacker warm air heating system there. Bluetooth stereo control as well for the onboard entertainment system. Now you can put a filler cushion in this, we'll show you that in just a moment. You've got storage that runs underneath the U, and it's very, very long for the size of the boat, so you can get quite a few people in here. Now I'm not suggesting that you'd all want to sit and watch the telly while you're underway. You might want to sit and look out the window. But if you do, there's ample seating, look, for what, 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side. So I'd say what, let's be generous, let's say 8 people round the side. As I said, this will also drop down, so this does double as an accommodation area. You've then got storage bins down the back on this side, and you've also got another one on that side as well. Let's drop this down. Filler cushions go in, you can just store them in the aft cabin should you want to, and that gives you a huge accommodation area here. Some people just like to put that down, lounge and relax, lie down, watch a telly. There's a side-loading DVD player in that as well. And then, having a Jack and Jill head, that means that if you're sleeping here, you could just use the toilet without having to go into the aft cabin. The guests in the aft cabin can just go straight into the toilet. It gives you complete and total privacy at night time if you have 2 separate families staying on the boat here. So we've got an electric quiet flush sea toilet. There is also a waste tank fitted to the boat as well. Hot and cold water system, the calorifier on board. So you would just literally take that shower faucet out, clip it in there, get a curtain, pull it across, turns this area into a wet head. You can see that is your access into the heads from the aft cabin. Joinery is good, the neck or blue upholstery is good. There's no evidence of damp or staining, anything like that at all, or any signs of leakage from the windows. Vanity cupboard there. Hanging locker storage. You can see the rail just running along. And then the aft cabin is generous for a 28-foot sports cruiser. You've got a shelf up the back for storage. This section where it lowers is where that chaise lounge is, and you can see how you've got full standing headroom just as you come in to get changed. Headrest is nice and supple, and then that is pretty well laid out with a heating vent in here to keep you warm in the winter time. Fantastic. Let's finish up with the engines. A pair of Volvo Penta AD31 150 horsepower turbo diesel engines. Predominantly a mechanical engine, that, rather than your modern day ones which have become very much orientated around electronics and ECUs. Loads of space in the engine bay as well if you want to get in there, service them yourself, get a professional in to do any remedial work to them to get you back on your way. There's lots of space to crawl around and have loads of fun in there. Someone's fitted a tube heater for the winter as well. Fantastic. We do love a Sealine here. I'm Ruben from Marine Sales Scotland, where fun in the water begins.